Hey there! Want to spend less time pulling weeds? Check out Soil Shield by Modern Grower. It's the pre-cut landscape fabric solution to help you drastically reduce weed pressure. Just roll it out, staple it down, and plant. Then let it do the work for you. Say goodbye to endless weeding and hello to more free time. Plus, it's high quality, durable, and will last for years, saving you time and money in the long run. It's available in a variety of row and hole spacings to accommodate all the crops that vegetable farmers grow. Learn more about Soil Shield landscape fabric at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below. If you think, okay, small farms of which you have that people are in the hundreds of thousands of dollar range, 7 million, let's just say you have a $250,000 market farm on a couple acres. So 7 million is 14 times larger. Does cost scale linearly, or when you get to scale up, does profitability increase because you're growing on more land, but you don't have the same cost swell that you do? You have thoughts on that? Like basically, I guess revenue per acre, is it larger on 200 acres?
So yeah, no, revenue per acre is going to be lower because basically as you get that large, you have to nudge toward complete standardization. And so you might be planting things at a density that's not optimal, but you're going to plant it at that density because that's the density that you cultivate everything at. And so as you become more mechanized, you do give up some of the, I guess, just like sheer here in market garden land, we can like with paper pod and everything, we're like optimizing every crop because it's high touch. Whereas in those larger contexts that you're really building around things being standardized. And so you miss some of that customization.
Did you ever have any desire to take on all 200 acres as a full-time thing, like your thing?
Yes, that is actually my heart's desire. That is definitely what I would like to do. Actually, the farm that we're talking about is out of business now. It's definitely not totally been out of the question that I've considered something like that. I think ultimately just because land prices are so valuable right now in this area, it's just not going to be economically viable to keep that land in farmland, which is a huge bummer. But it's definitely not beyond the scale of my ambition.
How big is your farm now?
So yeah, my farm is the entire property is 11 acres, but we're only like intensively farming market garden style 4 acres.
Okay, so 4. Why? What would be the reasons you'd want to look at a 200 acre in production farm? As a farmer, what do you see as the attractiveness to that?
I think a huge part of it for me is just the fact that I feel very strongly that we need to re-localize our food production. For me, coming through the pandemic, I don't know if this was the experience of a lot of farmers, but there were multiple times here in Central Texas when there was nothing on the grocery store shelves. When we had our snowpocalypse, when we went through shocks of COVID. And that's really the thing about our current agricultural paradigm is that we've made it efficient to this like absolute degree, but across far flung supply chains. And so if there's any hiccup in any supply chain, then you might not get what your community needs. And so I think it's a point. I have all sorts of values that go into what I do. Obviously, environmental concerns, just wanting to live well and do something I believe in. But increasingly, I really feel that it's necessary that we relocalize food production, not in the sense of necessarily it being the top priority right now, but just I think that it's the best way to buffer ourselves as a community from uncertainty,
Sure.
knowing
Yeah.
that we have the ability, and a farm that large does really have that ability. So
It's you can make a bigger impact in that that fits your fancy.
Yeah. And honestly, for me too, it's just, I have so much, like, I'm a systems person. I love systems. But I think I just enjoy continually tinkering in the efficiencies. I honestly, I did come through market garden world and apprentice on a lot of market garden farms. So when I ended up managing this absolute massive operation, I was a little nervous that I wouldn't like it, but I loved it. 150 horsepower tractors. I don't know. I liked the long days and the diesel smoke. It appealed to me.
If you enjoy farm podcasts, then tune into Carrot Cash Flow for all things farm business. Join us as we explore the latest trends, tips, and stories from market farmers running businesses just like yours. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or just starting out, our podcast has something for everyone. Listen in and grow with us. Available on all major podcast platforms. Don't miss out. Subscribe to Carrot Cash Flow today.